But I was like, all right. Just got off.
But it was also 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was so average. Like, I've ripped that before, and then I've had sets where I'm like, it depends.
We are rolling.
Oh, we are? We're on? Damn it. Got us. Caught us slipping again. What up, y'all? We are back. Daddy issues. Tony, I think, is on vacation or on the road or something. He ain't here. But we brought Ryan Davis back.
Yeah.
Y'all liked him. I like him. Ryan's funny. He's cool.
I appreciate
He's
that.
back. He's back. Welcome back, man.
I'm glad to be back, man.
Welcome back. So you still a dad?
I'm still a dad, man. I was with my kids pretty much the whole month of July. I just got back to L.A.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
right.
man.
You just went to Carolina?
Yep. Terrible
Was
decision.
a dad for a month?
It was a dad for a month. I hadn't seen him in like 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was like, it was necessary, man. Like, I don't know, man. You never really realize, how important they are to your sanity once they're here. You know what I mean? Like, you do all this for them, and they don't add a lot of value monetarily. They like, mostly they take your time, they take your sanity most of the time. But then when you fall in love, man, you have those kids. Being without them is just not, you know what I mean? It takes away from you. So I needed that. I needed this.
So did they give you? Because how old are yours?
4 and 2.
Did they give you the run up, daddy, when you walked in?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, okay, mine just started doing that.
Okay.
So before I used to leave, I come in the house, they was like, whatever. But now that they're both, Kendrick turns 2 in like 2 weeks, and then Kendrick will be 4 at the end of the year. I mean, Keon will be 4 at the end of the year. But now, when I was on the cruise for 3 weeks, and I came home, as soon as I opened the door, they was like, Daddy. They ran up. I was like,
yeah.
They like me. 'Cause before, they didn't give a it made my day. Like, because I was like, if I come in and they don't care, I'm going to be like, But it made my day. Like, I had one on one leg, one was in my arm. They was hanging on me. And then that whole day, like, no matter what I did, they was right behind me. If I sat on the couch, they stuffed up in here. I was like, they missed me.
Yeah.
And that felt good as hell.
It does, man. I'm telling you, man, it means a lot when my son does it because he doesn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Like, his sister would take a toy from him, and he'll be like, yeah, whatever, I mean, I was playing with it, but it's not that serious. It ain't just, I was like, cry, get mad, fight back. You don't care. So to see that, he cares when I come through, man, it means a lot.
That's the best.
Oh, it's awesome.
You got to go away sometimes. You got to go away to be appreciated. I said that on the last podcast. I was like, when I go away, my wife appreciates me.
Yeah.
She'd be like, it was pandemonium while you was gone.
Yeah, their mom definitely appreciated me being there, man. I salute her, man. She's amazing, man.
That's a long time.
That's a long 2 months.
Single parenting for 2 months.
Yeah, man.
Pretty much, other than FaceTime.
Yeah.
And you trying to discipline to the phone, dude. It just don't work.
Man, and that's something.
It just does not work.
My daughter that's what I really felt for her, because my daughter takes advantage of that because I'm the disciplinarian.
Yeah.
So my daughter is always, well, if dad isn't here, I'm going to try to do whatever I can. And then when I get into town, she's, begging her mom, don't tell him anything that I did while he was gone.
I try like over the phone, I'll be like, so you acting up or whatever. He'd be like, all right. But it's like,
what can you do?
And then the next day, bad time and bedtime. He was acting a fool again. It's like, well. But since I've been back, like, it's been 0 issues. 0.
I think my daughter, somebody told my daughter about what I do. And she kind of figured out that I'm kind of famous. Like, she figured it out. I don't know how she figured it out or who told her, but it's like she's so excited about it now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, she wants to tell everybody.
Yeah.
My daddy is a comedian.
At least she cares.
But she also knows that I can afford a lot of the stuff that she wants to do.
Hilarious.
And when I get into town, she feels like it's the time to do, like, Like stuff you do as vacation for a family.
Mm-hmm.
She feel like that's supposed to be her week. We're gonna hit Disney first,
Oh,
and then we're gonna go.
everything.
Like, yeah, I'm like, all right, lady. Like I know we're catching up for time missed, but we don't do. She's like, let's do the most expensive stuff we can do, Dad.
All at once.
Yeah, all this week. I'm gonna knock them all out. I was like, you don't want to just, I don't know, sit here and watch TV with Dad?
Yeah. Mine don't have the concept of any of that stuff yet. They don't have concept of money, or they just be like, we hanging, we'll do whatever.
Yeah. She don't have a concept of money, but I think that's because her mom don't either. It's the same way with her mom.
Oh yeah, that she got a kind of like that's who be trying to take all my money.
Yeah.
They be chilling. They don't need nothing. They fine. They could do a whole lot of nothing.
I'm gonna tell you, they don't care. They don't care about nothing. They don't care about brands.
No.
They don't care about, like, I could buy my son or daughter anything and they will wear it. Anything. They don't care what it is. My daughter just wants her hair to look cute and her nails and feet to look cute.
Mine don't even care about that.
You have girls.
No, yeah, it's true.
I was like, my sons don't care about getting their nails done. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a trend that continues.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to start caring about, because right now I cut their hair, and they always be trying to have the other one go first. Like they don't like the haircuts right now. But I'm waiting for that when he get to that age where he's like, hey, can you
yeah.
Some girl he gonna be like, can you you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go with the BS. What you want, man?
Man, his face.
His face is.
When you started talking about, bruh.
I didn't know. I went on the YouTube page and I looked at the comments, and somebody was like, yo, at 1948 or whatever the time was, they was like, look at his faces. And I went and looked, and I was in tears.
Yo, he was not on board with the sex talk.
I don't know what. And it looked like he understood what was going on.
Right. He made the right faces at the right time. So I was like, what is going on?
I was dying laughing. Why don't you go play?
Oh, my God. You think you'll have any more?
No, I'm getting a vasectomy.
I didn't get one.
And I'm so serious.
Yeah, I didn't get one because I just don't want to go through the process. They're like, it's an outpatient surgery, but I'm like, yeah, but I heard that it can be painful for some people, and I would be some people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it.
Like, everybody I talked to was like, man, you in and out of there in 15 minutes. You know, it's easy. One guy said he smashed the same night. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to heal that fast.
You're tripping.
I was like, Wolverine, calm down, bro.
Nah, it's just, I would, though. I mean, I want to.
I'm done.
I think part of me in the back of my mind goes, being a man, being able to create children throughout your lifetime.
I've done it.
What if I get, what if something happens, unfortunately? What if, you know what I mean? You want to always be able to
But you can reverse it.
Huh?
You can reverse it.
Well, why reverse it when you just don't do it in the first place?
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm like,
people are like, oh, what if you, because me and the mother of my children aren't together, they go, what if your wife wants something? I was like, I'm not marrying somebody who wants children. It's a very simple thing. People act like you have to force yourself to do stuff because somebody you like.
I don't understand.
Wants to do that's you know how many people there are in this world? It's not that hard to find somebody you like that doesn't want children.
In general, though,
people are crazy.
I don't know. People, I don't know. People get mad at me for speaking the way I do when it comes to stuff like they be like, everything's not black and white, or
yes,
know. But I'm like, yo, a lot of stuff is not that hard, and you guys make it hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It'd be certain situations you'd be like, why is this so difficult? Because I just don't understand why everything ain't that easy. No, yeah, it kind of is.
It is. Everybody wants to put emotion into stuff.
Exactly.
And I'll be like, you can do that, but still, you should be thinking logically first. And then understand your emotions. There's nothing wrong with understanding emotions.
And I understand that
go off of them.
Yeah, and I understand that we're in the minority. I'll accept that. I'll accept that people who are more robotic, if you will, are in the minority. Everybody else is mostly feelers.
There's a video. There's videos released every week of somebody getting beat up because of their emotions, and they didn't read the situation at all. Hey, man, I can't beat this guy, but right now I'm so upset. I'm going to say something to him that's going to make him knock me out, and somebody's going to yell "World Star." Like, at the end of the day, assess the situation. Do not go off of emotions.
Most decisions are made on emotion. And people get mad at me for being like, you don't care. I'm like, no, I don't want, life is hard enough.
It makes us good comedians, though.
Yeah. And I don't want life to be any harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough. So why would I make decisions based off emotion or, stuff like that when I can just think about it? I'm like, nah, I'll just do it this way.
But seriously, that's what's the beauty of being a comedian, man. You get in a room full of people who feel some way about something, and then you've had the time to come up with something because you've taken the emotion out of it. And a lot of time, laughter is in the surprise. So you're able to surprise them with a point of view that they didn't necessarily, take from whatever it was that they heard.
And that's why I don't apologize for my point of view, because I'm like, you might not agree, you might not, but it's different. You got to think about it.
No holes in it.
Yeah, you got to think about it, and you got to, But people get so mad, like, you just be talking.
All right, well, prove me wrong. And don't start it with, well, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care about how you feel. I'm talking logic here.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
What did I say that was wrong? What did I say that was incorrect? And if we're giving opinions and there isn't a right or wrong, what did I say that was illogical?
Yeah.
What did I say that was wild? Because you feel some way. I don't care.
It hurt me a lot, but I also respect my child's mother's ability to understand that after 6 years. It took her 6 years, but she got it. She's very emotional.
Yeah.
Everything is on emotion. And then now, before she speaks out of emotion, she goes, all right, let me dissect this before I bring it to him,
Yeah.
Is this worth the response that he's going to give me? Is this really worth bringing up?
Because it's just...
It helped, though, whenever she started dealing with people more emotional than her.
Yeah.
She was like, God, I see what Ryan's talking about. This is really annoying. This is really... Because, like, even in relationships, you know what I mean? Like, if you get upset, I'll go, well, speak your mind on it. And then they'll be like, but I want you to have a conversation with me about... Well, I'm not emotional. But if it means something to you to get it out, then get it out. I'm here for you to get it out. And they're like, no, I want you to agree. Well, I don't agree.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
But I want to talk about it.
Yeah, but
so
we
should
talk
out,
so you can get it out.
Yeah.
That's called compromise. Because I could just say, no, what you're feeling is stupid.
Which would be dismissive.
Yes, and I'm not being that. And it took her a long time to understand, no, whenever he says... get it out, that's him caring. That's him compromising, because he definitely can choose to just not listen at all. But just because I don't have that back and forth with you doesn't mean that I don't care. It's just I deal in reason and in logic. So if what you're saying is a whole lot of emotion without any real logic behind it, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this is stupid, but get it out.
Yeah.
This is, because it's important for people to release that.
Yeah,
they got to vent. Get it out.
I don't agree, whatever. I choose logic over feeling 10 out of 10 times. That's just what it is. Speaking of logic, have you heard this story? The 10-year-old boy, I saw it, but I didn't look at it because I saw the headline. And I read a piece of the article and I was like, I'm tapping out. But the 10-year-old boy in Michigan was charged with assault for injuring another boy. Mom's at work. What? I see it. This is dope video. I took the video. I know what's on it. She's not here. The victim has a medical condition that makes him susceptible to head injuries. And he got a black eye, bruised nose, and all that after getting hit in the face with the ball because that happens in dodgeball. And they're charging this 10-year-old boy with a crime. And I feel like the only reason why they're doing it because he's a little black kid. And they are trying to get him a record. I don't understand how you charge a kid with a crime for playing.
I just like this. I did a little research, and yes, the victim was a white child.
Of course.
So a little black boy hit a little white child. He's getting charged with assault.
Of course. Instead of just an accident that happened at school. What I don't understand is how it's even on the boy. If anything, it's on the parents of the kid. Why is your kid playing if he got weird medical conditions? Secondly, it's on the school. They know about the medical conditions. They shouldn't have him out there. This kid is just playing. And in dodgeball, people get hit in the face. That is what happens. That's the whole point of dodgeball. Hit people in the face.
I'm not aiming at legs. I know that whenever I played. But listen, man, there's something wrong with our society whenever a bunch of adults can get together and say, let's charge a 10-year-old for anything. I don't care what it is. Even if a 10-year-old shoots somebody, the parent, whoever allowed this 10-year-old to get near a gun, it's their fault. So if I feel that way about it, you already know how I feel about a ball. A dodgeball? You're gonna give a kid a criminal record of assault because of dodgeball. Let's say that it doesn't roll off of his record. Let's say it happens to him. He's 11, stays on his record 7 years or so, right? He ends up doing something great. He wants to go overseas to do something, or he graduates school early and he wants to study abroad and he can't because he hit somebody in the face with a dodgeball when he was 10. You see how ridiculous that is? Why would you even?
But the cold part is we know it's ridiculous. But they just they do everything they can to get us a record, to just do dodgeball.
But this is another thing too, man. This is very important, parents. If your kid cannot do something, it's your responsibility to break it to that kid that they can't do something. Like, stop being like, no, my child must participate no matter what. No, they can't.
Head injury boy should have been sitting out.
Yes, if your child have issues with head injuries, then you shouldn't put their head in danger. That makes you a bad parent.
Yeah.
That the teachers there, that makes you bad teachers. You're a terrible supervisor. Okay. If I have a child that has issues with head injuries, I'm not going to ask them to sign up for football. It's just what it is.
I'm not going to ask them to sign up for anything. Actually, no physical. You got to play an instrument, bro.
Yeah, you got to play an instrument.
You got to play chess.
Learn how to play chess. That's exactly where I was going. You
got to do everything. You can think.
Yeah.
Go ahead and think a lot. Unless that hurts too, then don't do that.
Then don't do that.
But you can't do any physical activity, and that's on me as your parent. And I don't care if you're like, I want to play. Well, I don't want you to die. Yeah. And this is how you know the parents are trash, because
right.
Okay, let's say it happens.
As soon as
you're
accepting.
I
don't want you to die. I was like, yeah, that's a terrible parent, dog.
You're accepting these charges being put on this kid. You could easily step in and be like, no, we don't want that. So that's how I know you're trash. You put your kid in harm's way. And then your kid gets hurt, and you're like, yeah, punish the other person instead of you keeping your kid out of harm's way.
Now, if the kid, had the dodgeball, ran up with both hands, and hit the kid in the face and just kept hitting him with the dodgeball like it's a weapon, like he beat the kid down with a dodgeball, that's one thing. But if he threw it and he hit the dude, that's one thing. Maybe I'm getting the story wrong. Maybe the kid attacked him with a dodgeball. Maybe he had a slingshot like David over his head and threw this. I don't get it.
And what 10-year-old has precise Greg Maddux precision to hit somebody? Like, I'm 100% sure he chucked that ball in the hopes of hitting him somewhere on his body, and it just happened to be the face. These kids do not have just spectacular aim at 10.
And let's say the kid did aim for the face, and he hit the kid in the face. The only response to that is, you're out.
Exactly.
That's the only response to that.
Go sit on the side.
Hey, kid with the hurt face, you're out.
You're out. Wait till somebody catches it and you can get back in.
And you can get back in.
And put your life on the line.
And then
once again.
throw back at his face when you get back in.
Simple rules of childhood.
I owe you one. That's what getting hit in the face means. Oh, you hitting people in the face? Wait till next game. That's all that is.
Exactly.
And if your kid's incapable of doing that, then they shouldn't be playing dodgeball. That's just what it is. Look, man, everybody isn't built the same physically. We got to get out of this mode of everybody can
inclusion.
Do everything. Yeah.
It's not a real thing.
It's not a real thing, man. We have this problem in comedy where there's people who just no ability to do comedy. It's just like, but this is my dream. I don't care. You're taking up time from, and this is the thing, you're hurting what we do. You know what I mean? Somebody's first experience watching comedy may be your trash self. And they go, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not coming out to watch comedy. And then the next person who was going to perform was Mr. Polee. Now you've heard him.
I was coming to town next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm never going back to that club.
Right, because you trash. You now have
I don't like inclusion.
Everybody gets a trophy.
I don't like it.
You know, James Harrison, football player, his kids got a trophy.
He tossed it.
He threw it in the trash because they didn't win.
He tossed it. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little extreme, but also hilarious.
Nah, that ain't extreme. That's,
why are you getting...
That's like everybody getting a first place ribbon. You know they're giving out like 7th place ribbons now?
I thought only top 3 get ribbons.
Right. Like, what color is the 7th place ribbon?
What parent is raising the kid is like, yeah, hang that on your wall. 7th place.
Yo,
what kid are you raising?
I wouldn't even want nobody to see that. They coming out.
Matter
like,
of fact,
he was 7th place. How many people raced? 8? Oh my God, no.
I remember playing sports and I only put up like when we won league, like my first place. If we didn't win, like league, I was like, I don't care about these second place awards and third. I don't care about this. I only want the tops. That's it. Like I didn't care. If you get a 7th place ribbon, we're not hanging it up.
I tell you, if you come in 2nd or 3rd, only matters whenever you're in like track and field or something.
Silver and bronze.
Yeah, something where like you coming in 2nd, you're still probably 2nd to one person in the entire state.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's still like I'm still the 2nd fastest person in the entire state.
In individual sports, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, okay.
Okay.
Like
right.
Team sports, if you don't win it all, you failed. That's just it.
Nah,
that's
if you didn't win it all,
nobody cares about. You know,
it's individual sports because that guy or girl who came in 2nd or 3rd, they're still getting a scholarship.
Exactly. even in video games, you see that boy that won like almost $500,000 coming in like 5th playing Fortnite.
Yeah,
I'll take that 5th.
I'll
like
take
that counts. But just the regular,
Yeah, being 5th in the world
is different. Yeah,
it's different. Being
5th in your school.
5th in your school. Yeah.
I will say that a lot of places, I don't know if it's nationwide, they do have a PE requirement. So this boy may be required to play PE.
You got to fight that.
Yeah, if you're the parent and my kid has a medical, he cannot do this. Like especially nowadays, they'll be like, okay, you can sit out and go play, some board game over there.
Yeah, if my kid was born with no arms and they had rowing, they had crew, and they were like, everyone participates or you get an F. I'm fighting that as a parent. I'm not going to send my armless child into a boat where they could possibly fall off. You just come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. I know these parents are trash. They're their inclusion parents. I know they are. They're their inclusion. You know your kid has a condition. You sign some paperwork. We had kids growing up where they couldn't do everything, and they just signed some paperwork. They sat out. They did even in like science class, they had an allergy to whatever. Okay, well you do another project. This inclusion is just stupid, and now your kid's messed up, and you trying to ruin some other boy's life because you're a shitty parent. That's whack.
We had that just reminded me. There was a kid who physically wasn't like the rest of us whenever I was a kid, and we would have him participate in games, and we would give him the most unfair advantages you've ever seen. But we understood, you know what I mean, that it was what it was. But at the end of the day, too, he was enjoying, but he didn't play dodgeball.
Yeah.
He played stuff like Duck, Duck, Goose.
Yeah.
We had these, like, this big old circle, and he would get up, like, you'd have to run in that circle until one person eventually catches the other. Like, he would start behind you, like right behind you. So you had to literally lap this man in order to catch him. And it was still fun for everybody involved. You know what I mean?
That's a challenge.
That's a challenge, right? It made you more competitive, and you didn't want to be the guy who get caught by him either. So, you know what I mean? That was it, and everybody had fun. But my coach, shout out to Coach Falkenberry, he didn't say.
Wait, what?
That's his name. I had to go ahead and throw that out. That was my elementary school PE teacher, Coach Falkenberry.
God.
Yeah, I don't even remember his face, but I remember that name. But shout out to him, man. It was like you find ways to include kids without putting them in danger.
And dodgeball is not one of them.
Yeah, they put that kid in danger, man.
Yeah, that's on the school. If anything, if you are that parent and if you want to blame somebody other than yourself, let's say you just have a total just lack of self-awareness, it's still on the school before it's on that kid.
Yeah.
This kid did nothing wrong. And then what kind of DA is charging him?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's the fact that more than one adult came together and was like, we got to do something about this 10-year-old.
This goddamn dodgeball epidemic.
Yeah. Mind you, the kid didn't come to school with a dodgeball and hit an unsuspecting kid. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is not –
you didn't come with a trench coat with a bunch of dodgeballs in there. And a note, like, I'm tired of everybody. Like, it wasn't a mass dodgeballing.
Yeah.
It was just regular.
The school gave him the ball and told him, you have the license to throw it at people. He did only what he was told to do. This is crazy.
I'm reading right now, and it says that CTE, pretty much any kids that play tackle football before 12 are at risk for CTE.
Absolutely.
So maybe, do you think that dodgeball or any sports that you could get a concussion in maybe should not be something any kids play at 10 years old?
First of all, if you can get a concussion from dodgeball, sign that kid.
Yeah, right?
He's got a cannon.
That kid.
Sign him now.
The concussion comes from hitting the ground, not from the ball.
Yeah. If you get a concussion from dodgeball, that's a hell of an arm.
You can get like minor concussions. Like they don't think it's a big deal,
but that's what
for
usually happens to young kids. The football players, they get a bunch of minor concussions, and they don't realize.
I'm pretty sure I got
how
one
hurt.
before.
They call it a ringer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then I probably.
They call it like a ringer or a stinger. They're like, oh, I just got my bell rung. No, you have a concussion.
Yeah.
And
I remember.
But my son's not playing football.
Yeah, mine aren't either.
I made that decision a while ago, man. When I saw Junior Seau try to kill himself multiple times, and he eventually succeeded. But we talking about all-time great football player, millions upon millions of dollars, and it was something in him telling him, I don't want to kill himself. I don't want that for my child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want – there's too many other sports. There's too many other things to go. And if my son goes, but Dad, I really want to play football. And I was like, I'll tell him that's a decision you have to make when you turn 18. And if you haven't played football until you're 18, you're going to suck at it. Yeah. So I still win in the long run. So that's if you didn't play football until you were 18, you're not going to the league. I promise you.
It ain't like hoop where you could just be 7 foot
at
18 and pick the game up late, and they be like, we'll work with you.
Yeah, no.
And football, that's just it. You just try.
You've never played? No, I've never played.
Yeah, mine. Because I remember that. I remember I got hit, and they was like, you good? I was like, I'm fine. I thought I was fine. Mm-hmm. And they said my eyes was like, but I was like, no, I'm good. Put me back in. It was like, sit down.
I remember when I played, and I'm talking about Pee Wee League. I hit a kid, like it was easy for me because I was short, so getting low was never an issue. Like, I got really low to hit this dude. I hit him, and he flipped. And I was out. I woke up to people going, Davis, they don't know. They woke me up.
Yeah.
When I made the hit and they picked me up and was shaking me and congratulating me, they didn't know that's what made me come back too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't tell anybody because everybody was so excited, and you're a kid, you're like, well, everybody's happy for me. I don't want to tell them that I was asleep.
I'm reading here that to list off the people who get CTE. It's not just football. It's boxers, wrestlers, military veterans, baseball, football, ice hockey, rugby, and soccer players.
Yeah, that all makes sense.
And none of those were any of the sports I was trying to get
hoop.
my son to
I
play.
want my kids to hoop, play tennis.
Yeah, hoop, tennis.
You know what I mean?
It was none of those.
None of those are my concern.
Right. Yeah,
want
baseball,
mine to
someone
hoop,
flinging a
tennis.
90-mile-an-hour ball, possibly hitting you in the head. I'd rather my kid play football.
Hoop, tennis.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Nah, I want it. Exactly. Mm-mm.
Even golf.
Even soccer. I could do soccer. Because, like, just the payout if you were if you the truth at soccer, the payout is just
the top out of
it's
the top
unreal.
10 athletes, I think 6 of them are soccer players as far as money.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Like,
It's insane.
if you're the 6th highest paid soccer player, you make more money than possibly the best football, best
Easily.
basketball. Best, you see what I'm saying? Like, and you like son, get that check, retire at 28.
That's what I don't understand about football players either. You guys make the least amount of money.
Yeah.
Everybody else is making more than you. Basketball, baseball, soccer. Everybody's making more than you.
They said,
why are you doing this?
They said if you're a starting football player, in most cases, each game you play is the equivalent to being in a bad car accident. And they said, so you play 16 games in a season. That's if you don't make the playoffs. You're in 16 car accidents in less than a year. And then you try to heal up for the rest of the time, then come back to take on 16 more car accidents. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
That's ridiculous. And for the least amount of money.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And then the only person they protect is the quarterback. It's the only person that's been protected now because they have the ball most of the time and they realize that's a better way to make money.
Yeah, that's the money. So
is to keep the quarterback safe. But everybody else still not protecting you. Receivers, they talking about protecting receivers. See, they're so scared of CTE that they don't allow you to hit receivers in the head no more. They don't care if you take their knees.
But yeah, you're destroying their legs.
Yeah, this man may never walk again because you're not allowed to hit him in the head.
He may not ever walk, but he won't kill himself.
Yeah,
so we're good with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
We'll
Yeah, you won't blame his psychosis on us, but you know what I mean? You'll say his leg, you just charge it to the game. Nah, I'm good.
And then, everybody be like, they signed up for this, which I've heard.
Yeah.
It's
good luck making me feel bad for somebody who makes tens of millions of dollars to do anything. I don't care. Anything.
Their mentality is like, this is all I got. This is all I know. This is all.
And this is the crazy part. They got that mentality, and it's taken away from them before they're 30 most of the time. That means they got to live the rest of their life.
That's all athletes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Someone
it's
asked
people
me,
in general, though, because, like, I've talked to comics where, like, they be like, what you doing after this? We all, like, yesterday, for instance, everybody hanging out. You're like, I'm about to go. And they're like, what you doing after this? I'm like, going home to my family. And I'm like, what you about to do? Ain't nothing else. I'm like, you better find something. You better find, because the way this game goes, only a few of us is going to make it, just percentage-wise.
Only a
few. So if you don't, what you going to do? End it because you didn't pop? Or
there's less than 300 comedy clubs in all of America. Less than 300. There's more than 300 comics in L.A. Like, that's where we're not talking about the rest of the country. We're just talking not New York, where there's possibly more comics than
so
LA. You know what I mean? Just LA, there isn't enough for everybody to win.
And he talking about what else?
What else?
So he gonna get a few no's, a few shows gonna fall through, and I don't know if he gonna make it.
See me,
you gotta have something else, bro.
This is all for me. Like, this is it for me, but I made it.
Yeah. Yeah, even if I had to do, which would be horrible, but even if I had to do cruise ships for the rest of my career, I still, I'm good.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, but I'm saying you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't be satisfied.
No, but I wouldn't have to work a job, though.
No, you wouldn't.
I would not.
Cruise
have to work a
ship,
job.
that's some good money right
It
there.
is. That's the only reason I keep doing them.
That's some good money right there.
It's a horrible thing, but
it's a good
that money is fantastic.
And that's why I wonder about people sometimes, man. See, what you just said is that that's what being a father is. Like, he has a dream, but if he has a dream, but if he has to take something less than what his dream, take one for the team, so his sons can possibly one day live theirs. That's what being a dad is. That's why some of these people, I don't know, man, they scare me.
Yeah,
they scare me. Like they don't even understand me. Like, yeah, I got kids, but what about my dreams, sir? It's not how this works.
And I understand it's a balance because some people do sacrifice too much for the kids, and they end up living some stupid life that they hate, and they didn't try for nothing because of the fear. I mean, you got to find that.
People fear success more than failure.
Yeah, you got to find that,
They just don't know they fearing success. I'm telling you, man, success is scary. Some people be like, what if this doesn't happen? What if it does happen? It's scary. Like, what if when you drop a special, be like, what if you do feel like, what if people don't like it? Man, but what if this makes you the #1 comedian ever? Like, the #1 comedian in the game, and all of a sudden you got to go perform in front of 20,000 seaters. All of a sudden.
And everybody's pulling at you.
And everybody, your family's like, you know what I mean? Hey, you're multi-millionaire now, man. I'm about to lose my house.
And then,
I know you didn't help me lose it, but you have the means to
fix all my problems. I heard somebody, I think it was Damon, told me his dad was like, getting famous is actually kind of easy. He was like, maintaining that's a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
Because you got to have the same work ethic.
Yeah. The work ethic and just the sanity to deal with it.
And this is what I've learned. I had, when I wasn't becoming famous, I had all the time in the world to become that. I didn't have any luxuries. Every day was, me trying to get there because I ain't want to keep living like this. And then as soon as you start getting handed massive checks, you're like, oh, I get to eat what I want. I get to do what I want when I want to. And how hard that is, and to keep the same work ethic that you had before. My fans just said on a comment on a video, man, hey, man, it's good to see you back making content. I didn't even realize how much I had slowed down. But I did, and they thought I had disappeared. But
when it comes to that, though,
I was happy.
I understand that. When it comes to this, I tell people all the time, when I pop, my content online is going way down.
Yeah,
I'm only doing this so people be like, oh, who is this?
So you can discover me.
Once y'all discover me, that's it. I might post once in a blue moon. I
was doing it to keep the wheel rolling, but apparently people just. What do you mean I don't get any more free content? I'm out of the free content game.
Yeah, come to these shows.
Yeah, once a few million people said we like you, I felt like it was only fair for me to start charging.
Just I mean, my kids could do some dinner, they need stuff like that, clothes, things like that.
Little things like that. I thought that would be,
keeping a roof over my head, little stuff like that.
Listen, I can't give you a video if I can't pay my phone bill.
Exactly.
Think of it that way.
These people are ridiculous. The demand.
Yeah.
You should do. That's my favorite. You should
dance, monkey.
Yeah, calm down. This is free. We're doing this for fun. We're doing this, build a fan base or whatever. It's not. It's not that deep.
I love that you get a kick out of my stuff, but I'm doing this with the intent to one day charge you. Believe that.
Exactly. And that's what I be trying to tell people now when we have shows. I'm like, you better come now while it's 10:20.
I tell
best believe I'm taxing when I'm on $50. And you know what's crazy? They're gonna pay the $50, $60.
Yep.
Rather than come see us now when we want it, when we're so hungry because we have to prove it every single time we go out. You would rather pay the $60 when I'm already on and I might be mailing in that night because I've already gotten a check for 20 racks. And I'm like, nah, do I need to?
Well, I don't know if you guys heard about this news, but did you hear about that asteroid that came really close to Earth?
No.
I didn't.
Decent size asteroid came. They said a fifth of the distance between the Earth and the Moon, and the scientists didn't know until people were calling them like, yo, what's up with this asteroid that just whizzed by Earth? And they were like, oh, wow, that could have taken out a city.
What are they doing? I thought that was their job to just monitor space.
You got to realize how boring that job must be, though. And then one day,
the one time you're supposed to be on it, though, you missed it.
The one time you're not on it. And that just shows how important your job is because you should be fired, though. You should be fired.
They should be fired. Well, they said that they spotted the ones that could take out civilization. But these ones are just going to take out a city.
I like the way you said just going to take out a city.
Just a whole,
Yeah, just
100,000
like let's
people.
say it hit New York. Yeah, it's just 7
couple,
to 8 million
millions.
people. That's not really. It's not really a lot of people. It just depends. It depends. It could hit a city that has like 600 people in it.
You know what's funny? Asteroids is something I never think about.
Ever.
I never think about that.
Mm-mm.
That's just like, because remember they had us thinking about it when they did like Deep Impact and Armageddon back to back. Everybody was asteroid crazy, but since then I never think about that. I just like that's until reading this. If you asked me when was the last time I thought about asteroid, I don't know.
Man, listen. Before I lived here, I ain't think about earthquakes, mudslides.
I still don't think about earthquakes, and I'm from here, and that's probably why I don't. I'm just like,
Nah, it was only hurricanes. You know what I don't think about over here? Hurricanes.
We don't have them.
Nah, exactly. So it's just, I guess it's all relative, but I just don't. Asteroids is something I never. I think extraterrestrial before I think asteroid.
But
Yeah,
we've been hit by asteroids before.
Well,
The
yeah,
Earth,
'cause like the what was that? Japan, they got jacked up.
there was one recently in Siberia. Do you remember that? That just they got it on film, and that thing was huge, but it hit Siberia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much land, and there was like nothing there, so it didn't kill anybody. But if something like that were closer, we would feel it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I guess there's cities I wouldn't mind if asteroid hit.
Charlottesville, Virginia.
There's some places in Florida I'm like, they just gotta go. It's just some places it's like, what I care
I needed
for?
to hit in the middle of one of their rallies though. That's when
That'd be
that's when you
hilarious.
get the overflow from people who wasn't in that don't live in that city. Were there, so you get to get them all. I'm just right on top of a Robert E. Lee statue. Just and while everybody's there protesting, I need the asteroid to hit right then. That would be whatever city that is. That's what
I wish a
we
tiny
need to-
one would hit the house of the parents of the kids who's making that boy.
with the dodgeball.
just a small one, just to only destroy their house, not even the whole neighborhood, just their house. And it hits all of them in the face. that would be cool if that happened.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Man, I'm too petty, man. I would probably go by that parent's house and hit their house with a dodgeball.
It's so annoying.
They would be like,
They
this is ridiculous.
that boy better not get convicted of nothing. That's ridiculous.
Man, I tell you, man, can you imagine not getting a job because you hit somebody in the face with a dodgeball?
You were 10. Not even as a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
You walked into a Starbucks.
And
you
it
get my
doesn't
coffee right,
give
bitch,
details.
and
It
you hit
just
with a
says
dodgeball.
assault.
Yeah, that's a cold game. I think like people say you're not supposed to ask. What?
I ask.
But I always like to know, even if you're a sex offender, what did you do?
Yeah.
Because you could have just took a leak by a school,
Yeah.
and you're a sex offender now.
Or you could have been 18 and your girlfriend was 16. Y'all went to school together.
Yeah.
Y'all were a grade apart. But you were 18. She was 16.
Even
and
18,
you're
17.
a sex offender. Yep, 18,
You're a sex
17,
offender.
but you're a sex offender.
So I'd like to know
y'all
what.
were. Oh man, I had a girlfriend since I was like in the 3rd grade, and then we made it all the way through high school. I graduated at 18. She graduated at 17. We had sex, and I went to jail.
Yeah, I need that, and that happens.
You see what I'm saying?
So when it comes to like this kid, they're not gonna ask any questions, but oh, it was a dodgeball game. What? Like that's what you gotta
you were
charge
playing
yourself for?
dodgeball as an adult? No, this happened when I was 10. You were 10.
Oh, okay. Were there knives in the dodgeball? No,
Right.
just a regular dodgeball. I just hit some weak kid in the face.
Oh my God!
You know what's crazy? I'm not even gonna roast the kid. It's not the kid's fault, but his parents are just trash.
Nah, man. The kid's not
parents are
stepping
trash.
up. If the kid's not stepping up and say, hey, man, I wasn't able to take the dodgeball. That kid's weak too. Because I wouldn't let my parents do that. I wouldn't. Like, listen.
I guarantee his parents are coddling that
This
kid.
is me at 10 years old. At 10 years old, my appendix ruptured, and my parents wasn't home. So, and there was no cell phones back then, so there was no way to tell my parents that. And so I just sat there with it the whole time until they got home from whatever New Year's party. Then they took me to the hospital. I had surgery. After I had surgery, I went back, was supposed to participate in PE. I couldn't stand up straight, so I didn't participate in PE because I didn't, if I wasn't at, if I wasn't at full capacity, I didn't want to play.
Yeah.
And so I went back for a checkup, and I asked the doctor, how long will it be before, this is me at 10, how long will it be before I'm able to participate in PE?
'Cause that's all you care about.
They said you should be already. I was like, nah, I can't even stand up straight. So they took me, put me in an x-ray, realized that because it took so long before, they didn't look to the other side of my body where when it ruptured, it actually caused an abscess on the other side. And I had to redo the surgery. Except this time they wasn't taking out the appendix, but they did everything else on one side that they did to the other. That's me at 10 years old. This kid can't take a dodgeball to the face. I don't want to hear this, dog. And that's just me. And that's a true story. It's a true story. As soon as I was able, I was right back to playing dodgeball, right back to playing football, right back to playing basketball.
And knowing kids, you probably had it open like, I dare you to hit me in my appendix.
Kids throwing at my stomach. What are you doing?
Kids don't care.
And we're not talking about I don't have a good appendix scar. My parents I was the middle of 7 children from 2 high school dropouts. What health insurance?
Scar.
Yeah, I got scars, dog. Like it was when you see the scars on my stomach, you be like, how big was the appendix? Like it was like it's unnecessary. My appendix scar goes from my thigh to my chest. Like I don't understand why this is why this is the scar.
Like, oh, were you in a cycling accident?
Yeah,
No,
like,
it's appendix.
no
one stabbed you.
No one. I was like, did you go to prison? This has to be a shank. There's no way in the world this is a surgery. No professional would cut someone this way. That's the type of scars I have. So I don't want to hear nothing about no dodgeball, man.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I really want to. I want to book a show in Michigan just to go to their house and just hit them in the face with dodgeballs. I want to. I would love for them to come to my show. I would stop mid-set and be like, punchline, and right in the face. Just right in the face. I hate the whole family.
Find out who they are and invite them to the show, and then out of nowhere, just have 3 people come from the back with a ball with a bunch of dodgeballs.
I would love for the whole audience to be in on it.
Right, chucking them until they get out of until they leave.
Just hit them with dodgeballs till they leave.
It's ridiculous.
After they paid their bill.
Yeah.
I want them to pay for the beating. They're annoying.
I'm serious, man. This is just the world we live in is way too soft now, man. Way too soft.
Is this the anti-bullying culture? Because it says that the boy had previously been suspended over the incident. The little black boy got suspended. His mom thought it was over. But do you think this is a larger anti-bullying push?
No,
that
I
you
think
it's
it's
gone too
anti-black
far?
kid is what I think it is.
I don't even care. I'm not even going to say anti-black kid. Because I feel like everybody is under this umbrella. Black kids, you know what you get. You know what it is. Your parents, it's the mother's responsibility to also let that black kid know, hey, man.
Life ain't fair.
Life is not fair.
It's not fair for us.
And just like, all right, so, but I feel like everybody's being soft nowadays, man. There's this thing where you have to accept everything, and everybody gets included, and that's not the way the world works, man. You're setting this kid up to be disappointed later in life. I'm telling you, everybody doesn't have, and I mean this is with everything. This is what I tell my children, man. Like I'm gonna tell my children when they get to a certain age, this is how you deal with racism. There's people in the world that are racist, and you're not going to be allowed to do some things because of it. And you know what? That's the way it is. Everybody doesn't have to like you. If you want to be happy and there's some things you want to do, create a way for you to do it yourself. Make a way yourself. If that kid wants to play dodgeball, find a league of weak kids that don't throw balls at heads, and then there you go. There's your dodgeball league.
Other weak kids.
You shouldn't have handed me that one. Now
The weak kid league?
The weak
You know
kid
what? That's
league.
a good idea, though. I feel like
It's a great idea.
They should have weak kid leagues.
Yes.
In every sport, though.
I said,
even if you're not even like medically weak, if you suck, they should have like sucky
Bruh.
kid leagues.
bruh, I say all the time they should have a short dude in like basketball league and make the rims like 9 feet so you can really see like the dudes that's like 5'6" with some bounce dunking on it. Oh my God. Oh, that league I would watch that. That league would be lit. I think that's what they need to do to the WNBA, though.
They said that, and they were like, we won't do it.
You put some below 6 feet men in there. Not even, and we not even talking about league ready men. I'm talking about these dudes that be like, I played, or not even dudes who ever played high school ball or none of that. They just like to play at the Y. You get those guys to play against the WNBA. You know what I mean? Some guys that they're probably not going to win, but they're going to play tough. They're going to play hard as they can.
That's how people get injuries. I hate playing with them dudes. They trying to prove something like Charles, calm down, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the cardio, man.
Yeah.
You're trying to prove yourself.
That's your problem because you can actually hoop. You're embarrassing Charles, and he needs to show you. You need to respect him.
His kids telling him he sucks.
You need to respect him and his 2-hand chest pass.
Yeah. Calm down, Charles. Relax.
Yo, oh my God. Nah, I'm telling you, the WNBA, they got to let go of the thought that people are going to come around to, they like you say, if people say lower the rims, they go, oh no, don't disrespect us like that. I just told you that I'd watch a league of men under 6 feet. And what did the first thing I say? Lower the rim, because I don't want to see them play on a 10-foot rim. If they played on a 10-foot rim, it's not the same game as the NBA. That's what some people need to realize. That's the thing. Everybody wants to be. The WNBA is like,
Sports,
no, let's not lower the rims. You play with a smaller ball,
yeah, shorter 3-point line,
shorter 3-point. Like, come
Smaller
on,
court.
man. Like, just embrace that it's not, men and women are not the same physically,
and that's okay.
and that is okay.
okay.
If you tell me that I'm going to play in a basketball league, I don't want the rim to be 10 feet.
No. I would love to play on an 8.5 foot.
8.5 foot, man. My fast
doing
break.
disgusting things.
You know how happy I'm gonna be on a fast break. Oh my God, my eyes will light up like never before.
Yeah, and they think
I'm gonna get to dunk.
They think it's about disrespect. It's not. Them girls can hoop. Like,
Yes.
that would be stupid to say they can't ball. Them girls can play.
And that's why I said you
But at
put
the end of
those
the
guys
day-
in there, they'll beat those guys. They'll beat the brakes off of
Yeah,
those guys
easily.
easily.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we watch the NBA and college hoops and even these AAU kids on it. First of all, what's wrong with these kids?
Yeah.
They're 14. You see that kid that went
That
under
did
the
the sit
he's
down
14.
Man, I was
What's
like,
wrong with these kids?
man.
But I would watch that before the WNBA because
Man.
dunking's fun.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is one of the most athletic people in all the NBA. He saw that high school kid and went, oh, these kids are different.
They're different.
That's his comment under the thing. So I'm telling you, yo, it's just, listen, man, some people are made different, all right? He's one of the most athletic people, and he looked at what a kid did and was like, yeah, that's
Ridiculous.
it, bro. As one of the most athletic people in the NBA, I can't do that. Some kid who is studying for an exam is
kid
doing
who just
this
got
in his
out of
off time.
PE playing dodgeball.
Yeah, it just got
It's now
to
going
playing
under the legs.
Going under, like, I remember Kobe won the dunk contest by going through one of his legs.
Yeah.
This
Off one
kid
foot.
went under both. He, like, literally sat down
And he's
in the
15.
air like a chair, like he was in a chair, and put
Casually.
the ball underneath. And
Very casually.
He did it in a game. This
In
was
a
not a
game.
dunk contest. This was not, you know what I mean? This is in a game where
These kids is
scoring
ridiculous.
the point is way more important than anything else. He was like, not only am I in a position to score, let me do this almost seemingly impossible
that
dunk.
most dudes in the league can't do.
Well, he's doing it because the kids in the league or the adults in the league can do it. It's like the 4-minute mile. Once someone broke the 4-minute mile, everybody started to break the 4-minute mile.
Yeah, these kids. Like I'm watching Bronny. I remember we watched him last year when he
14.
barely could
He
dunk.
came through the
Now he's
rain.
trying to put people on posters. He's like these kids.
He's 14.
I remember when I was coming up, if you could even touch the rim at 14, you had hops.
And I was like, it's LeBron James' son. This kid's probably 6'5". That's probably why he can do it. Nope, 5'10".
I think now he's like 6'1".
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe 6'2",
But and he's trying to dunk on people.
yeah.
Mind you, if you say, all right, 6'1", 6'2", you don't see Steph Curry dunking on
No.
nobody.
Steph is missing fast break dunks.
And he's 6'3".
Yeah.
So that's what I was
But
saying.
then you got other people at 6'3" like Westbrook who just
Man,
it's a freak of nature.
yeah, I'm telling you, everybody isn't built the same, man. We got to stop acting like.
But the point is,
It's
all we're talking
inclusive
about right
thing.
now is dunks. So ladies, that's why it's not
That's
that
what
you
it
can't
is.
ball. People love dunks. People
We're
love
talking about
ankle
Bronny
breakers.
dunking versus Steph Curry not being able to dunk on somebody. He's a 2-time MVP and 3-time champion. And we're talking about, yeah, but Bronny, though, did you see this 14-year-old
We
kid
love
who can
entertainment.
dunk?
Even
It's
Steph,
what it is.
he's entertainment because he's shooting 50-foot bombs.
And he has to
nothing
shoot
but
from
net.
there. If he shoots from the line, we're like, all right, it's a three-pointer. But the fact that he's shooting from half court after crossing you over, it takes
It's fun.
that type of thing.
We like to be entertained, ladies. It's not you can't hoop. Like people,
We know you
women
can
get
hoop.
so mad like they can't play ball. They can definitely play ball, but
We-
it's not entertaining.
And it's been a thing. Cheryl Miller had to join the Globetrotters because there was nothing. She was like playing against. Because once you get to be a certain level, like Elena Delle Donne and those
Yeah.
ladies, they're too good to be playing against ladies, to be honest
They
with
are.
you. Like, I feel bad for them. Her and Tarasi, and you know what I
And
mean?
what's the one that went to
Maya
that went
Moore
to
just
UConn?
left.
Maya Moore. Yeah,
She just
quit. 'cause
quit.
She was, well, why wouldn't you?
She
You
won
win.
3
You win in high
championships
school.
in a row.
You win 3 in college, and then you win 3 in the league. Well, I'm just way better than you guys. I don't need to do this.
I feel bad for her more than I feel bad because she can't play in the NBA.
She's
and she
too
probably should.
Yeah,
she
she's too
probably
good for those
should.
girls. She's way too good.
Did you guys remember Slam Ball?
That was
Yes.
fun. I watched
The
that.
trampoline
It
joint?
was fun.
Yes.
I watched the Big Three because it's still more fun than the W. All those are more fun than the WNBA. The Big Three, a bunch of has-beens
Has been.
who are still putting people on posters, though. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Stoudemire still dunking on fools. ISO Joe still giving, like, I'm watching it.
That was the thing,
I'm watching
man.
40-year-olds
Yeah.
wash with bad knees because it's more entertaining than the WNBA. They
And
can
the
hoop,
WNBA,
but it's not entertaining.
they only got one set of dunkers. They're usually the center. All
Yeah.
right. And they're like 6'8", and it's a one-hand dunk.
One hand, basically. Yeah, I would love to see somebody just come off 2 feet one time,
If a-
baseline, and just do a leaner. One
Now,
time.
If a woman goes baseline with a windmill, I promise you people will start watching the game.
Easily.
No, you see
Easily.
the girl that goes baseline and be dunking on?
Easily.
If it's one woman.
Their next game,
who dunks
their
on
ticket sales would skyrocket.
Because
Instagram would put it everywhere.
Yes.
And everybody be like, I got to go see this.
I got to go see this.
I got to go see this girl who went
Especially
baseline.
if she dunked on people 3 games in a row. Now she's the girl who dunks on people.
Yeah.
I'm going to the game.
She's getting endorsements. She's getting, she's
As
going
soon
to
as she goes baseline, I'm taking my phone out like, hey. Because I want my joint to be on ESPN. I want, you know what I mean? House of Hoops and all of them and the highlights. You know what I mean? Use my use my post on their page. That's what it is, man. House of Highlights and all of that, man. I'm telling you, people don't get it, man. That's what hurt. It hurt football whenever you took big hits away.
It did. What, you ready to go?
It hurt football.
Oh, we're at an hour. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Kids, were you watching the clock? Is that how you knew? You want to get down? Oh, now y'all not ready. Y'all not
Man,
y'all
this
never
dude
get on stage.
really just spit these kids out, man. Jeez. People
we're
say
gonna
my babies look like me, but at least a lot of people say that because they don't know what the mother looks like.
Yeah, I feel like people say that when they see a kid. They be like, oh, they look just like you.
Nah,
You
I
ain't
see
seen-
where they have my features, you know what I mean? But my children are beautiful. And obviously, that doesn't come from looking exactly like me. There's someone else in there that counterbalanced to what the features I gave them to make my kids cute. Like, yeah, they got their moms, like, they got a couple things from their mom. That's really dope, man. And I was happy for her because for a long time they didn't have any. They just looked exactly like me. They had none of her. And she just had to, like, look at me, two versions of me all day. like, I felt really bad, so I'm glad they're crossing over, man, and getting their own look.
That's dope, man. Well, thanks for coming by, man. We had
Man,
a
thanks
good
for
time.
having me, man. I love doing this.
Yeah, come by, man, anytime. Where can they find you and all that stuff? And
You can find me on Facebook. Just type in Ryan Davis videos or anything, and you'll get 1 million of those. You can find me on YouTube with All Due Offense, or you can type in Ryan Davis videos. I'm sure that'll come up too. I'm building my Instagram right now, so Instagram be the one that you go to. Ryan Davis Comedy on Instagram.
dope.
I just got 25,000 followers this week.
I saw you posted some old stuff, right?
Yeah.
I got followers just from making them light skin comments on your page. I got followers from that.
People are so dumb. Like some comics was like, "What do you mean light skinned dudes aren't funny?" Whenever
didn't
I
mean
make
that.
a post,
Yeah.
go to the comment section and say something funny. They'll follow you.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I go like my friends who
I've
have
got
a
so
lot of
many
followers.
comments from the Shade Room. Shade Room has 16 million followers. I just go down there and say something funny.
Yeah.
And then people be like, "Do you really believe this?" No, I'm sending
Just
people to
saying
my
stuff.
page.
Yeah.
They go, "Oh my God, this dude's funny. What's on his page?" And they go see my page and they see more
I
funny
do that
stuff.
all the time.
I'm on board.
I just
People
say
got to
stuff.
realize, man, this is not. People need to stop making social media a real place, man. Of course, I said light skinned dudes aren't funny.
Yeah.
Because I was attacking Drake.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the premise. That was the point. You
got
know what I
something?
mean? Like, and people don't know comedy in general. I was taking advantage of the fact that people don't know comedy in general. If I tell you to name, if I said, you could say fat black comedians aren't funny. Name 5 off the top of your head. You're putting pressure on people to, you know what I mean? And then you're going to have people that go, well, he's chubby, he's not fat. You're going to have these arguments about what it is. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not that I believe light-skinned dudes aren't funny.
Half the reason we say stuff is to cause arguments
Yes.
and stuff on our page so
It
people talk.
caused 3,000 comments.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. That's the point. And now if I have the most talked about video on your news feed, then it makes my video pop up on everybody's news feed.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get on the Explore page, baby.
I know, 'cause when I get on there, my views go way up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the Explore page, baby. What you thinking?
Well, y'all know you can find me. The website is up. It's been up for like a week or two now. So just go to KeonPolee.com, and then the links to all my social media is right on the top of the website, right on top of the page. You just go there, click on it, and then you can go to all my stuff. I got all my show dates up there now, so people can stop asking, when you going to come to? It's on there. It's on the website.
And if it's not on there, that means it's not booked, so don't ask that either. Nah, because people love to do that. I didn't see Baltimore because I'm not coming to Baltimore yet, all right? When it says Baltimore, that's when I'm coming to Baltimore. Keep looking.
We thank y'all for listening once again. And do you guys want to say bye? Say bye-bye. No, say it. Don't wave. They can't see you. Say bye-bye. All right, Keelan, you want to say bye? No, you just fall out again. Y'all not ready for this stage. We out, guys. Thank you.